y'all. So something really cool. I found this guy who have a ton of old Mustang parts around LA, and I just went through everything. He's got literally tens of each part on every year of a Mustang. It's insanely crazy. So I just went and got a few goodies for a really good deal. Got everything for super cheap. Got this dash pad. It's gonna be great. It's gonna clean up really nice. It was stored inside for I don't know how many years. Also, this seat gonna also clean up really nice. It was funnily, it was stored outside as well, but still in great shape. The underside is actually in good shape too, surprisingly, for its age. Yeah, not too shabby. Got this running board, these running board slats, which will polish up. Got this front bumper also, which is in pretty good shape. Got these seats, which they were like a desert sandy gold color at one point, and they were repainted red. So that's not gonna stay because I'm not going with anything red, but I'm gonna see if I can get the paint off with some paint thinner or something like that, and then repaint them or dye them with a vinyl dye or paint, and gonna do it black. They're in really good shape though, like crazy good shape, and they were also stored up really nice. I also got this fuel filler neck, which I needed a new one because mine was really badly rusted out. Got a 65, 66 gas cap because the one that was on mine was a 69 and it was falling apart, as you can see. It's grody. Also, I got the new insert because mine was no more. It's broken. I also went and picked up my carburetor because I had it rebuilt by Alpha Carburetors. I must say, it looks like they did a pretty good job. Looking all nice and shiny and new like. I don't know if you remember what the old one looked like, but you know, they cleaned it up, clear coated it a little, spot touched some stuff, but it is looking fresh and pops over so easy now. All clean. I mean, remember this thing was so rusted over and just gross, but they bee blasted everything. So that's good. I got some of the interior pulled out last night. Just got to finish taking the back seat out and then a little bit of the carpet. Then I got to clean everything up, take care of some of the rust, and I can put carpet in, put the seats in, everything, and we're good to go. So basically I went in and repainted the gas cap, put a little green ring around the outside just because I like that color. Did the Ford dark blue with the red, white, and blue on the emblem, polished it up a bit. I think it looks pretty good. So, all right, so I just cleaned out the whole inside of the car. Yeah, it was gross. It was really gross, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was expecting to find some sort of animals or animal remains in there. Didn't find anything weird, or not too weird. All right, so taking off the seats, two of them were just rusted solid. As you can see, the bolts from the seat just tore off. The back ones weren't so bad, but all that rust is not something I'm wanting to see. So I may have just won the lottery when digging through this car. Look what I found. Now, if you're younger and watching this, I don't know if you're gonna know what this is, but this is something I grew up on. It's called a cassette tape, and no idea what's on it, but no idea where I'd find a cassette player, but I have to try and dig one up so I can actually see what's on this thing, because it would be really, really interesting. It's pretty cool little souvenir there from the 80s, early 90s. Also found this other handle. I thought I was gonna have to order one. It was tucked up underneath one of those seats, so fantastic. And to add to the grossness, I don't know, looks like it could be like a mouse nest, or just somebody who was lazy and just packed all their trash underneath the seat. Either way, it's disgusting. And so is everything in the car. It's so gross, so gross. So yeah, we're gonna rip all the carpet out of there, all that junk, assess the floor, and then patch where needed, paint, and yeah, it's so gross. It's really bad in there. I almost just don't even want to do it, but I know I gotta do it. It smells so bad. Oof, oof. Alright, so I just probably got a crazy mask face right now, but I just went through, cleaned out the whole interior of the car, got all the carpet out, got the seats out. It was disgusting. Luckily, there wasn't too much rust. There's some in the floor, which I already knew about, so I went ahead and ordered a floor pan ahead of time, knowing that I was gonna have to replace the passenger side floor. There is a spot in the driver's side floor, but I don't know if any of y'all can help me out with this. Kind of weird. I'll show you. So what I'm thinking is, like, at some point somebody decided they would hot dog it and ramped it, and then the front came down and put some, like, too much torque on the mid part of the body here and tweaked up the center right here, because it's crinkled almost like it came up like that. And I'm wondering if somebody hit something when they came down on the bottom, because there's a giant gash right there on the floor and it's popped up. And then there's also a gash right here in the floor that's popped up. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. No idea the history on this car. That's one of the unfortunate things. All in all, it's not too bad. I mean, like, for almost a 60-year-old car, I mean, it's pretty decent, right? Not too shabby. I gotta pop out the back seats, but you know, basically just needs to be freshened up a little with some paint. And gonna have to cut this area out and weld in the floor pan, but I already know I was gonna have to do that, and that's not too scary. But I did find some cool stuff in the car though. Also some weird stuff that has been in there for a long time. Found a penny from 1964, the year before the car was born. Also found one from 2016. So I do know that somebody has been in the car within the last 10 years. Kind of crazy. It's weird. Doesn't look like it though. Ugh. Alright everybody, so I haven't really been filming what I was doing today. because it's just boring, tedious, monotonous stuff, and didn't think it would be that exciting. But what I've done, I'll show you where we're at. I've got the interior completely pulled out of the Mustang. Completely pulled out. That's my vacuum run into my dust collection system. And I've gone through and started to kind of wire wheel all the areas to really assess the amount of like rust versus pitting, like over there, just to kind of look at the edges everywhere and really see, you know, what I'm getting into. It looks a lot worse than it is, and it's honestly not that bad. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut that floor pan out, which I'm already planning on. Then most likely I'll order a floor pan for here just to clean this whole area up, cut it all out, because there's this giant ass gash right here. I could hammer it down. I may try to do that, but then there's these other two holes, which I don't even know what those are for. But yeah, so I pulled this up, took out the kick plate, started just grinding all in there. It's actually not that bad. There's some slight pitting, but not too bad. The place that I'm most mainly concerned about is really this spot in here, which is really bad. All that's gonna have to be cut out. Where the seatbelt is around here, everything. And then I got into here and noticed there's some heavy pitting down in here, and we can check it, but you can see there's a hole right there, and that's kind of going through. I don't know if I'm going to take this off the seat riser and then do the whole floor pan, re-weld the seat riser, because the seat riser doesn't look so bad actually. It's just this corner right here. But I don't know, maybe I can cut it out to weld in, you know, all the way around. Because it's really, I mean, I've got a clean area all the way around. So no holes on the outside, and I have the floor pan to fit. So maybe we'll do that. This is the only other area really of concern to me. It must have at one time, you know, been sitting water on the floor, because there's some pitting right here. Also, one interesting and weird thing is there's a hole right here, which would have technically been the AC, one of the AC drains, if there was an AC, but there's no AC. This car did not have an AC, so super strange. I don't know if somebody at one point tried to hook up one, or like had the heater draining or something weird. I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to get all this cleaned up, painted before we start to reinstall our interior, because I want to do it right and make sure it's all cleaned up nice, especially all the rust, and then repainted nicely. And then I've also got Duplicolor and the Duplicolor frame coating. So I can use that if I need to, but may have to order another quart of the Eastwood if it's not enough to cover this whole interior. It should be, I'm hopeful, but I don't know, we'll see. So lots more sanding. One thing I'm really going to recommend to everyone is if you're removing paint, I use fiber discs, but I also use these things from Harbor Freight. They are hands down amazing. I think this is like 80 grit, and they remove paint, they remove rust, and they don't hurt the metal at all, which is really nice. They actually work better than a wire wheel. These work amazing too, these fiber discs, and you can get them for your drill as well. Well, they remove paint and rust way quicker than this disc does, but this disc really gets everything super clean. I've done a lot of it so far with just this thing, and they also last for forever, so I highly recommend it. We live super close to the beach, and it's pretty salty and humid here, so unfortunately there's a lot of moisture in the air, and things start to like rust really quick, which sucks. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to repaint and get in here pretty quick. Otherwise, this is all gonna start rusting, because unfortunately in California right now, we're having a lot of humid weather, and it looks like that outside. Very gloomy. June gloom, May gray, June gloom, whatever. and it's really humid. It's probably like 65%, at least 65 to 70% moisture during the day, because we're less than 2 miles from the beach. So we get that marine layer. So that's why I got it in the garage, got it out of the elements, and now about to start cutting stuff and welding. As soon as I can get that new floor pan in, I got some new brushable seam seal that I'm gonna put down. Once I get everything welded in, then I'm just gonna hit the whole car with it. And then I don't know if I'm gonna paint before that and then seam seal and then paint over the seam seal. I don't really know how you're supposed to do it. I would think you would seam seal then paint. I'm gonna have to look and just make sure. Let's cut this thing out and get this new floor pan tacked, and we'll, I guess, call it a day, because that's gonna take a little while. So, got a huge hole in the floor now, so we can roll it like Flintstone style, you know. I'm like of the mind that maybe someone could sit in the back and we can have, you know, Barney Rubble style. I don't know, I feel like it'd be pretty fast. And then I'm gonna cut the front out, we can do the same. Basically, got everything in place. Now all I gotta do is weld it in. Ended up there's some rust right along here, so I'm gonna have to take another piece of metal. That's why I kept a bunch of the metal that I cut off of here, and I'm gonna use that as extra material for welding, just welding in the gaps. This is gonna come sit up a little different here, and everyone that I've seen basically do this has said like this doesn't come like factory perfect here. You have to finagle it and kind of mess with it and hammer it into place. I already did that with this side. This side was really wonky, and so I basically put it down, hammered it in place, got it nice and flush. I don't want to get rid of this. This is all still good floor, and so there's no reason to cut it out just to fit this piece. I'd rather cut this piece down to fit this. Also got to put in new seatbelt piece. That's exciting. Just gonna have to weld in the old seatbelt piece to this. Not a problem though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of adjustments, just kind of pulling it in place and pushing it, and it's just getting the bends correct, and then I can tack on that end and then a few more. It's looking okay though. All right, so check this out, y'all. Look at that. Ooh. Yeah, I got the inner steel wheel painted black. And then got the new tires on. Don't really have them polished up yet, but I just put a little VLR on there to just wipe them off. Got this original hubcap. It's actually a 66 hubcap. Got it shined up. I'm gonna get new inner emblems for that because those are looking tired and grody. But yeah, that's gonna be so nice and pretty. It needs to be cleaned up though because the tire looks grody. But hey, new tires, yeah, it's gonna look good. I was debating on the Cooper Cobras versus the BF Goodrich. I really love the BF Goodrich radial TAs, but my wife was like, it looks way more classic for you to put the white walls on the car. And I was like, you know what? She's right. Very, very right. I ended up going with the classic white walls. You know, why not? It looks awesome. It looks fantastic. Yeah, even though the rest of the car looks like bleh, that looks nice. That looks nice. Yeah, got a long way to go, but it's the little things, right? So I think that's where I'm gonna leave it for this video. Got a lot going on. I think in the next video, we're gonna weld up the floor pans, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. Stay tuned next week for my next video. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And also, I just love the comments that I've been getting so far. I'm glad so many other people, you know, are working on their dream cars too. Can't wait to finish this thing, to work on more cars. So yeah. All right. Anyways, thank you so much. All right. Peace out.